Yo, yo, Kokomo.
Whew, I'm still sweating.
Bitch, I'm dying. Honestly, I'm fucking dying. Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
still, man. Whew.
bitch, my head is falling off. Oh, hang on, we've started a thing. Aloha, everybody. Welcome to this bonus good shit. Here I am with my boy Eric. You can see up there, head honcho of Creature Sauce Company, all the way over in California. There you go. That's that good shit you can see right there. I do apologize for having less clothing on than normal, but my boy here just fucked me up with a bunch of beer chugging. I got my milk now, so I can sort of normalize a little bit. You're an evil man, Eric.
Oh no, that's not. I've seen what you've done, what you do. You do far worse than that.
What can I say? I'm also an evil man, but on the positive side of it, I don't believe in hell, so I'm not going anywhere. What the fuck is that, Eric?
I should have took a chug of that, huh?
What
It's
is it?
tincture. Tincture.
Dude. Hang
Like
on,
you
why
know,
is that in a double color? Let me see. Is that the label that's making the change in coloration, or is that the
no,
tincture
that's
itself?
all the. That's the powder.
Ah, so okay, I got you. Yeah, I got you. So you're working with powder as tincture. Why do you choose to use powder to make tincture with, Eric?
Because it's hotter.
Hotter. What's your
Yeah,
logic for that? Why do you work with that logic? Because I personally, I make tinctures with powder, and I also make tinctures with pods. So why do you think it's hotter if you make tinctures with powder?
because it's dried out and good old Jiff the fireman says, if you use pods, it has water. You know, the juices and water from the pods, so it kind of dilutes it a little bit. Um, when you use powder, it's all already dried out, and all you're just extracting nothing but the oil.
But
And
what about dried pods?
yeah, I mean, you could do that, but it's only going to get so much. This is what I feel. If it's ground up in powder form, it's going to get every last bit, extract every last bit of that capsaicin oil out.
But
So
what do you do? What do you do about your filtration then? Because if I am making a tincture and I use pods, filtering the pods out of my end product, very easy, you know? However, if I'm using powder, let's say I would like to make a clear chili tincture, yeah? And I'm using powder, then I have to start fucking around with coffee filters and all kinds of
yep.
shit in order to try and clarify that thing.
Yeah,
So,
so coffee filters, exactly. That's what I do. I'll get a jar, uh, put a coffee filter in there, like a little basket, um, put some rubber bands around it, and then just start pouring. Just pouring it in and let it filter through, and then I'll filter that again into another one. So filter about 3 times, just from this. So the filtered stuff into another one, filtered it out, and then change the filter on the other one. When that filters through, go again, and it's just that's how you get that clarity.
and so you achieve really clear tinctures in that way, yeah?
Yeah, pretty clear.
Nice. Nice. But then comes the question, like I often wonder about what do you do with the rest? So I'll give you an example. For me, today, just today, I finished a tincture collaboration I'm doing with Berlin. And excuse me, my mouth is burning, but the smoking makes it much nicer. And so I apologize for smoking. However, clove cigarettes, honestly, boys and girls, that's what we're smoking here naturally. Today, when I finished my run, what I was very happy about was the tincture I just produced is made of juniper berries, full limes, cut obviously, but limes, oranges, and a couple other fruits, which are secrets right now. And what's gonna happen in the end with that is I've got all the crap out of it. You know, I've got all the pods and all the bits out of it. And then what I love is I love making some. You know what they say? They say prostitution is the only job where you sell something, and after you've sold it, you still have the thing to sell again. Yeah. And you can kind of apply that to tinctures. Like today's tincture that I produced, the collab tincture, what's going to happen, and I'm really happy about it, with all those oranges and stuff, they're all sitting on my dehydrator right now, and they're drying out. And then they'll all be powdered together, and the flavoring that you're left with tastes something like Mardi Gras, you know, like New Orleans kind of thing, you know. And so I will produce a Mardi Gras herb, what do you say, spice mix. I got the German in my head. They say Gewürzgemisch in German. I live in Germany, you know. But that's what I'm doing with my bits. When I'm doing that with full pods, then it's very easy to get a lot of material out. When I'm doing it with powders, I find it's less easy to do that. I find in the end I have less material to make other things. Don't you?
I've never reused it, but this one I think I'm going to. This is eggnog flavor. So yeah, I'm not a fan of eggnog, but a lot of people are.
For those of you in Europe, that's, I don't know what we call that fucking stuff in Europe. I think we call it egg liqueur. The Germans call it Eierlikör, which is kind of strange because it looks like cum, and in German, the word Eier, which means egg, also means testicles. And so when they talk about Eierlikör and it looks like cum, you get a little bit worried. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No shit, that stuff's going to taste amazing. So how on earth did you make an eggnog tincture? How do you do that?
They have flavor oils, like for baking and stuff.
You're working with oils, not with eggnog.
Yeah, no, you use the flavor oil extract. It's oil, like the oil extract, and you put it in there, and it flavors the hell out of it. Like nice. I made a cinnamon roll tincture. My first one was apple pie. So that one I used apple pie extract, the oil extract, and I bought a can of apple pie mix, so it had apples with the seasoning for apple pie, and I dumped that in there too. I put cinnamon sticks in it, and oh man, yeah, it was pretty damn.
I bet that was the fucking shit. That sounds gorgeous, man. Hey, I don't know about you, right? I'm always wondering about this because I had an experience when we talk about tincture, which made me question my whole life, because I know how to make chili tincture because when I was in my early teenage years, I learned how to make hash oil, right? And so I was taking, you know, like in my early teens, I had the good luck of having an old hippie from the 70s, late 60s time era to teach me, you know, what in the modern world, in most of the civilized world where people are civilized and cannabis is legal, what they would call something like Rick Simpson oil, you know what I mean when I say Rick Simpson oil, yeah? So the basic concept of how to make hash oil, you get your weed, stick it in some high percentage alcohol stuff like vodka, leave it there for 40 days, shake it once a day, and then heat that shit down until till you got oil, and that's how you do it. So that's how I learned how to make chili tincture. There was, however, a legal problem where I live because you can't heat up strong alcohols where I live without a special license, you know. But then I went on a tour of a brewery and someone gave me a beer that was 38% alcohol, and I was like, bitch, how is this beer 38% alcohol? And he told me, it's what we call in Germany an icebox. And I said, what the fuck is an icebox? And he said, well, what we do in Germany, twice a year, they produce a strong beer called Bock beer, right? And Bock beer is normally produced at 8%, 15%, 30%. Icebox is going like 30 to 55%, right? And he explained to me the way they produce Icebox is Alcohol freezes at -17. Water freezes at 0. Yeah. And so you cool down your liquor to around about 0 or -1, and then you just clear off the ice from the top until you're left with what you want, right? And therefore, what you've done is, instead of using fire to reduce, or heat to reduce your thing, you've done it with ice. Yeah. So that's completely legal without a license where I live. And so therefore I became an expert in that pretty damn quickly. But my point was, the reason I started to produce chili tincture is because of I knew how to produce hash oil. I learned when I was about 13. Now, I mentioned this to a friend of mine a while ago, and I was like, hash, make chili tincture like hash oil, when you're a kid. And he laughed at me and he was like, you made hash oil when you're a kid. And I was like, yeah, well, I did. And I discovered that that's not everybody's experience, that somehow my life experience is a bit different in that context. So, but that's how I got into making tincture. Was I knew and I enjoyed making hash oil as a young teenager. So you make tinctures. How'd you get into that shit? Was it because of you learned how to make hash oil?
No, I just actually Jared Smith, Farmer J. I don't know if you know who he is. He makes tinctures, and he actually posted a video on how to make a tincture and how to filter it, and a tutorial, and a couple other people. And I just started getting into the tinctures, and I got a tincture, and I was like, yeah, well, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna make one. So I just decided to make one. 190 proof Everclear was right there at the corner store, so I bought it, and I bought some powder, Carolina Reaper powder.
Nice.
And I just put that in there. I did it and flavored it with the oil. I did my research on food grade oils and extract stuff like that, and it came out really good. It was hot as shit. It killed a lot of people. Like this one here. This one that I got here, this is my third one, I believe, or fourth one. You just take the tip of a knife and lick the tip of the knife. You're burning for like 45 minutes, like your tongue gets numb.
Love it.
It's
I try and explain to people, like, I have totally embraced my inner sadist. Yeah, the joy I get from dosing people with really strong chili, it's comparable to sex in its feeling. Yeah, it's that nice, right? It's so good that even when I'm not working, I'll take pictures of it and post it on my personal Facebook. It's not work, it's just fun at that point in time, right? And that's the thing, is, for me, I totally accepted my inner sadist. When it comes down to it, like, my father was really against that when I was a kid. My father was like a very angry thing he would say. He'd say to me, you're a sadistic little bastard, like that, when I did something awful. And except my father's like Russian, so imagine that with a Russian accent, right?
Yeah.
And as I've become an adult, I've totally embraced it, like in the chili world, like I was like, yeah, bitch, do you know what? I'm gonna hurt your ass, and I'm gonna love it. But trying to explain it to people, like when I try and explain that to people, if they're what you might call straights, like they're not in the chili world, and I have to explain what it feels like to watch someone burn up on some tincture I made, for example. Yeah, like, how would you explain it to them? So I'm a straight, I'm outside of the chili world, and I look at you and I say to you, you're crazy. Like, why do you do that, and how does it feel when you do that? You just burn some guy up, right? So how would you explain it to them?
Shit, I don't know. Because as much as it, all right, so regular people, or a straight, we'll call them a straight, they, as much as it burns the shit out of them, they like it. They like it. They're always like, oh, fuck that, I'll never do that again. Like, I got friends that every time I see them, I bring something hot to get them. And a few of them are like, no, I'm not fucking with you this time. But the other ones, there's at least two of them for sure every time. They're like, all right, let's do it. So I'll bring a tincture. They'll do a drop or two of tincture. It started with the one Pocky one chip. They started doing that, and then I had this Carolina Reaper sauce that was 70% Reaper mash, and they put it on chicken wings. And it's just every time we get together, I bring something.
Reaper mash directly on fucking chicken wings.
Yeah, 70. It was 70%, and the rest was vinegar and water. And yeah, and they every single time. And actually, I'm meeting up with them on August 20th. So I'll get some videos and post them up.
I'm looking forward to those videos. Dude, just thinking about that fucking Reaper mash directly on chicken wings makes my butt hurt. Like, literally, my butt puckers. It's like, no, don't think about it. You know?
Yeah, that's I don't even do that shit. They're like, why don't you do it? I'm like, fuck that, because I'm not stupid.
Yeah. It's but I have to say, the best dose I ever do, right, is I have a great and joyous situation because we have our own location, the Chilli Lounge, the 420 Chilli Lounge, right? And basically, I'm sort of installed there. I do all my shit there. You know, I'm cooking hot sauce there. We've got a Jewish deli there. So I'm, you know, making sandwiches for people and shit like that. And, you know, I'm running business. And because we're kind of in the heart of a community, so you got all kinds of life going past you, and I adore that. And there are a very large percentage on certain times of day of extremely drunk people, and they know it's just the chili guy. You, the chili man, you. I had one come to me the other day, one of these drunks. He walked up to me and he went like this. He pointed at me. I was sitting down, you know, just working, doing my thing. Came up to me. I'm sitting outside the shop. He came up to me like, you chili bastards. I love you. I promote you. Fuck you. Asshole. Fuck you and your mother. You. I love you. Chili man. And then he walked away. Right? And so I have the joy of being exposed to that on a daily basis, right? And there are some dumbasses who are stupid enough to, if I'm bored in the evening, stumble up to me drunk and then say to me like, hey, you, Mr. Chili Man, I tried some of your chilies. Nothing is hot here. You don't have any spicy things. I can eat 10 times what you've got here. And you see, this is why I keep 13 million Scoville vacuum extract chili in the fridge, right?
Yeah.
So then I'll say to them, and it's all about how you say it, you know what I mean? You have to stay like real relaxed and real nonchalant, and they say that to you, and then you say to them, well, I don't know, maybe I might have something hot somewhere. I can have a look if you want. And the guy will be like, you go with you. And then pop into the kitchen, get a toothpick with a glove on, obviously, and fucking dip it in the 13 million, and then just wander out, just go like, well, and not with a spot on the end of a toothpick. I'm talking like a pea.
Yeah.
Of thick, oily 13 million Scovilles. And I'll go like, well, I don't know, maybe that's spicy. You could try that. And then he'll take it, like, because I've been so relaxed, and he'll go, hump. And when he goes hump, immediately he knows he's made a mistake.
Yep.
You know that? And within less than a minute, he's not drunk anymore. You know, like the drunkenness has gone away. Yeah. And then within 2 minutes, he's like melting and crying and saying to me, like, do you please have any ice cream or any milk or anything like that, please? And then I always do the same thing. I always say to them, oh, I'm really sorry. I have to go shopping tomorrow. I don't have any. And then I just let them sit there.
Yeah, you wanted something hot. You said I didn't have anything hot. There you go.
Yeah, baby. It's like so simple. Yeah, like I see it like, because like some people tell me, no, you're super evil for doing that, right? But then I see it like this. I see it like, if you are such a dumbass that you let's say you go into the MMA fighting gym, for example, right? And you go up to the MMA trainer guy, and then you say to him, like, excuse me, none of the MMA people can kick my ass. I don't know what's wrong with you all. You're all so gay. It's awful, you MMA people. I'm here. I'm so much tougher than you. If any of you MMA people could kick my ass, I'd be very surprised. Yeah. So it's not smart to do that, right? And if you're going to apply that logic in your life, you're going to have a hard life. And so I see it like I'm teaching the guy a life lesson. See, like I'm helping him.
Sure. Yeah, don't come talking shit, because you'll, you know, like they say out here, you talk shit, you get bit.
There you fucking go. I like that. You talk shit, you get bit. That's the way it goes, man. But I mean, I don't know for you, how would you describe it? Like, if someone said to you, what does it feel like dosing a guy with chili and watching him burn up? What would be your way? How would you describe that feeling? Your chili, taking your chili and dosing that motherfucker with it and watching his burn.
It's great. Like, especially when like the seasoned people do it and they burn their asses off. It's like, yeah, I did that. You know, that's mine. That burned the shit out of this guy. It's like hell yeah. But then when it's a normal person, it gives me joy because it's funny as hell to watch them suffer, you know. And like I said, a seasoned person, it's like, all right, well, I watch this guy all the time do it, but you know, but then it feels good because I burnt the shit out of him. But then a normal person, it's just like I said, it just makes it so much better because it's funny as hell to watch them die. And then, you know, the next time I see them, they're like, "Oh, you didn't bring anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I brought some stuff." Like, "Oh, I don't want it though. I'm good. I don't want it." Like, come on, yeah, you do. Then they finally end up doing it, and it's just like, holy shit, that's pretty hot.
One of my absolute favorite moments in Chili life is the bit where I have given some guy a really nasty dose. You know, like I did a bad thing. If you know what I mean. And then he's there again, you know, he's a friend or she's a friend, you know, next time. And then I offer them something. Oh, I got this new sauce. You can try some, you know. Yeah. And then what I adore this kind of like abused face that comes on, and then there's a silence, and then it's like, no, no, I won't. No. Like that, like it's like a child that's been beaten trying to release, you know, like it's the weirdest fucking thing. And I adore that feeling as well. And it's evil. I don't know if it's evil. Is it okay, do you think, to enjoy watching people in immense pain? I mean, I enjoy it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the hell out of it. Like it's fun. I try to do that. That'll make my whole night, you know, like watching somebody just, holy shit, that's hot. Because then they keep talking about it. And then they tell their friends, you know, oh, dude, you should have seen the shit I did last night. Oh my God. Blah, 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 blah. This dude's fucking nuts. He brings this shit. And it's like, yeah, I actually got a guy, one of my buddies, he started buying, like that 357 hot sauce or whatever that is.
Mad Dog 357.
Yeah. He started buying those and taking them to work and putting them on chicken wings after that Carolina Reaper wing. He started
Mad
doing.
Dog is not a fucking at work hot sauce, man. Jesus, no. I don't like. Do you know what? I have to say, not that I don't like Mad Dog sauces, but something about the mix of the peppers that they're using at Mad Dog, I don't know what it is, but my stomach does not respond well to them.
It's the extract, probably.
Well, do you know what? I think it is. I have the same problem with, you know, like it's so fucking weird, right? I talk all the time to all kinds of dudes running like chili firms and shit like that, you know? And what I find the weirdest thing is that like everyone's preferred peppers are so different, and the peppers they hate are so different. And the reasons They hate them or they're preferred. There's such a fucking, the Germans use the word Unterschied. It means like difference, but it's like more than that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a complicated difference. So, and I have this issue with the whole fucking Naga family, Naga Marich, the Butyaluka, Naga, Dorset Naga, King Naga, all of that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the hottest chili, but the way that shit gets on me, it's not my thing. It don't work.
Yeah.
Biggest compliment I've ever given to a mate was saying, like, I've got a friend of mine, I'll name drop him, Justin, who is running Not That Spicy in Berlin. And it is one of the first times I had a Naga sauce that was fucking delicious. So that for me is like the biggest compliment I can give, you know, like I find it totally weird. Like for me, I absolutely adore scorpions, like Marugas, Trinidad scorpions and shit like that. You know, I like them, chocolate ones and whatever, and related. But the Naga family, I don't really want to touch them. But then I've got a mate of mine running a chili company I was just talking to today. He's in Berlin, which is over there. Quite some few hundred kilometers, but it's over there. And he can't touch scorpions, can't touch Marugas, can't touch them, doesn't like them. But the Butyalukas, he could eat that shit down forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
it's that opposite to me. I don't know about you. If someone ran to you and said, what's the best chilies for you and the worst, what would you say, like first thought?
My favorite, I like scorpions also. Like when I get a scorpion hot sauce, it's just the flavor. It's got like a kind of like a natural smokiness, like fruity. I don't know how to explain it. It's my favorite. Like my buddy used to grow them, and way back when he used to cut little slivers off, and we'd try little slivers. And yeah, I mean, I put like a little tiny piece in a salsa that I made like 5 years ago, and it like blew my brother's socks off. He's like, "Holy shit, that's hot!" I said, "Yeah, little tiny piece like that big inside that whole bowl of fucking salsa, you know." And yeah, they're just, I love the flavor of them, the smell of them, everything, you know. And then probably the ones I don't like are like anything chocolate, like chocolate. Yeah, it's like
chocolate scorpion.
I've never had that one.
We grow them at the Chili Land, some chocolate scorpions. It's nice looking plant and tastes kind of good too, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to try to find something. But I did my tincture. I did my last one was root beer float with chocolate pre-metalli powder. And
you made, dude, rewind. You made a root beer chili tincture.
Yeah, root beer float.
If I was vanilla. A gay guy, I'd fucking marry you. That is exactly my way of thinking. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It had vanilla, like for the vanilla ice cream, you know, and then the root beer flavor. But I had to use so much of that the fucking oil to get rid of that chocolate floral weird just taste. Like that's all I could taste. When I tasted it, I was like, oh my god, all I could taste is that powder. I can't even barely taste the root beer. So, but yeah, it's it actually worked out good. But yeah, it's just something about the flavor of those chocolates are just not good.
Such a strange and diverse fucking world is the chili world. That's what I like about it. It's the diversity inside of it. There's so much there, you know. And I also adore the left and right attraction to it. You know, like I got a lot of buddies in the hot sauce world around the world, different places, Australia, America, you know, wherever, Europe, Scandinavia, whatever the fuck. But then you too, obviously. And the thing I love is that it's not political in any way. I got a bunch of mates. If we talk about like a really easy to analyze place like the States, I can throw it out, yeah? So I got a bunch of hot sauce mates. They're like Trumpy kind of people. And I got a bunch of hot sauce mates. They're like fuck Trumpy kind of people. And it's about 50-50. It's not specially attractive to one or the other, the hot sauce world. It's just like goes across all of the divides in that way, you know?
Sure.
It's kind of sweet. It's kind of a sweet thing. But all right, I tell you what, we should give the lovely people a nice piece of advice. So if someone's out there and they want to get on to making some super cool fucking tinctures, what would be the advice that you would give them?
Just do I try to go for flavors that nobody makes, you know, and the more powder, the hotter it's going to be. Some say the longer you let it sit, the hotter it's going to be, but I don't know how true that is. This eggnog one has been going since early October of last year. I'm letting it go until at probably around Thanksgiving of this year, so it'd be over a year old. But yeah, just go for like flavors that nobody does. Like
Nice.
that's what I think would be great. And then usually most people like, you know, the hotter the better. They like on the tincture, but they got to have flavor. I've had a lot of them that are hot as hell, and they're supposed to be, you know, oh, tropical punch or whatever, and it tastes nothing like that. It's just all you taste is heat. So it just make sure you get the flavor down, because that's gonna get people coming back to get more. If you just got heat and it doesn't taste like what you say it is, and why would I want to buy another one? You know, it's like
There you go.
I'm buying chocolate ice cream and it tastes like strawberry ice cream. I don't want to fucking eat that again.
It's a really good fucking point. And I guess there you go, boys and girls out there. If you're wanting to do your own tincture thing out there, listen to the expert you can see here. Because he's right. It's all about the flavor, baby. Get your flavors in order. And from Creature Sauce Company, from the 420 Chili Company, from the lovely Eric and the lovely Sash, we'd like to say ciao to all of you and have a lovely evening. So, ciao for now.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Good night.